Hey guys, it is Monday, September 8th, and I actually got a shiny phalanx. Finally, this is I think my 7th shiny, I believe, and I'm so excited. I also was I was also listening to more Links Between Worlds while I was shiny hunting, so I'm doing great so far, and I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm feeling better than I did yesterday. Well, guys, I am back playing Persona 4 Golden. I am finally going in to rescue Rise, and there's going to be another boss after Rise as well. So I'm making a bit of progress. May not get many days in, but getting one good chunk of the story in will be what matters here to me. Oh my gosh, is she ever creepy? This, I believe, is going to be a mini boss, I think. I guess this is the mini boss battle. So, it is, I don't even know what it's called, actually.
still think of the past. And too many fullness, day after day. And too many fullness, day after day. Your passion, take it from me. I'll swear to you when to make yourself a hero. Your passion, I'll swear to you when to make yourself a hero. Without flowers, forget what they've wept both day after day. Without flowers blossom in the stream of tears, they still think of the past. And too many fullness, day after day. And too many fullness, day after day. Your passion, take it from me. I'll swear to you when to make yourself a hero. Your passion, I'll swear to you when to make yourself a hero. Signs of love overshadows my dreams. Baby, don't worry 'cause you ain't on. Only time running days without nights. Please, that's true.
Well, guys, I thought I would give you an update on my day. Yeah, you've probably seen a lot of footage with music and such. I apologize, but it was a while since I showed you anything in Persona 4, so I thought I would show you a good amount of it. But today was a really good day. So far, my IBS didn't act up. Cross my fingers. I'm getting ready for bed now. But I ate the meal successfully today, unlike yesterday. I managed to get out 3 chapters of Links Between Worlds to the end on 64. I met my thoughts. 2 I listened to today. The other I listened to later last night after I ended the week's vlog. I managed to read some of my Goosebumps the Barking Ghost. I'm on page, was it 47 now? About 30 odd pages. I made pretty good progress in Persona 4 Golden. I beat Rize's and Teddy's Shadow. So now we're on June 26th. This is going to be going on the furthest I've ever made in the game. As you've seen, again, I got a shiny. I managed to make good choices about my eating. I asked my aunt's opinion and listened to her, which is a first. And it's been working out in my favor. So, again, I've been taking the wins now over the losses. Like, yes, I didn't do any exercise, but again, I got a lot done today. I did a top of the sweeping, which is a little movement for me. So, I'm taking the wins over the 1 or 2 little losses that to me matter not so much that the very important things to me I got done today. And one other thing I am so proud of myself with the Persona 4 Golden is that I made a little pact with myself. Like, I use mods with it, and if I had trouble with the mods today, I would just watch YouTube the rest of the night. I wouldn't stress myself over it, but if by a miracle the mods worked right away, I would play it. And they did, and I kept my word with it. That's another thing I'm proud of myself for. I had a backup plan if it didn't work. Because I really was not really in the mood to play any more Pokemon Violet. I played a little bit of today and beat Kathy. It's hard. It's either Katie or Kathy. But I don't think it's Kathy, so... or Caddy. Like, Caddy, that could be it too. Like, I don't know her name. But I'm doing a shiny only challenge on Violet. So I beat Caddy and finally got to transfer my second shiny, which is going to be the new one I caught, the Phalanx I caught today. Figured that he might be good for both Cloth and Giacomo, later on the line, where my Choodle would only be good right now for the earlier rounds. I'll transfer him a little bit later. But again, it was a really good day. I used the Pokemon Links Between Worlds to help me shiny hunt, because that way I'm more focused on that. Plus, I get to do some things in the background, so pretty soon I'll be going back to Pokemon Crimson Fury, which seriously, maybe not as frequently as I've been doing the Links Between Worlds, because I need to catch up, but I might occasionally, maybe once a week, try to work on getting back to doing that, especially when I don't have as much to catch up on the others. The only other thing I have to do is record the video. That's the only difference between these scenarios, and I might have to focus a little more when I'm doing the Crimson Fury a bit. But it was a good day, and I also did talk to the N-Man64 for a few minutes, too, and showed him the shinies that I've forgotten to show him. So far, Phalanx was my 7th shiny. I got more than a whole team worth now, which is fantastic, and I'm going to try eventually to catch at least 18. Right? I'm not going to rush, though. Now that I got a team's worth, I'm not going to rush. I'm going to keep track of how many shinies I can have left to do, and I'm not going to, from now on, now that I got a team worth, I'm not going to always wait every single gym badge for a shiny. But before the Elite Four, if I want to, I can go and look for other shinies to add to the team. So, I'm looking forward to doing that run. I mean, shiny hunting is a great background activity to do. And it's something I don't think I would do on the games without the shiny charm. But with the shiny charm, you could argue, but Jazz, you found 7, which is almost actually, to be fair, which is at least 2 shinies normal odds. Yes, I know. I'm aware of that, but again, I'm enjoying it in some way. Let me have this, right? But yeah, another thing that I was thinking about was that we're on week 21, which I cannot believe. And when you think about it, it took me, It took me till the end of week 20 to really start taking things seriously with my health that way. Now, again, I hope this continues. I'll have this document to hold me accountable. But I wonder where I'll be on week 40. If I continue doing as well as I'm doing. I mean, I've been doing this only to help settle my IBS, right? For I wouldn't be always letting people down that I care about. Again, I know the N-Man64 was really great about it. We talked a bit and laughed a bit today, but I still feel so bad. And I know he might say, well, you were not feeling good. And I wasn't. But this was the first time where this was the first time that I canceled or was the reason they couldn't do it when it wasn't completely in my control. The last few times, internet issues, of course we were dealing with, grief. Those two, okay, that's something that is not really in my control. This situation, if I had just been more careful with my eating, it could have been like it usually was. And that really got me finally thinking, right? I mean, really thinking, like, Jazz, what are you doing? This isn't just affecting you anymore. It isn't just painful to you. It's directly affecting other people you care about. And I'm like, yeah, I know it won't be instantaneous, but every day I do successfully is a day closer to me actually learning my body and actually being able to plan around how I feel and control things. So I just hope in another 19 weeks, I mean, again, if I end up losing a decent amount of weight and have control of my life and health, that's fantastic. Great. But for me, the weight is just the bonus. Like, I hope in another 19 weeks I can say, well, I've at least got a start of getting some control in my life and laughing about these last, 30 or 20 or so years since the IBS started. Like, for the first time to actually have control and feel confident enough to do the things that I say I'm going to do and enjoy things. Like, tonight, I really enjoyed playing Persona 4 Golden. It was the first time I didn't think about going to the bathroom or what would happen, and I only stopped because I knew if I continued, it would go in too late. So, this may be the last clip you get for tonight, but I just wanted to say where my thought process was and how my day went, which was definitely better than yesterday, but not as bad as I slowly am thinking the days are becoming less, I feel awful, and more inconsistent depending on how I handle it. Like I'm trying to think of a good example before I get off here. The other day, the way I felt was probably partially my fault because I originally was feeling lightheaded, right? So after I had my Lunchable, I took a Gravel. And then a few hours later, which would normally be within the okay time, to eat the first meal anyway, I had that burger. Not really thinking about the fact that that Gravel almost always knocks me out. So I made it about an hour and a half since eating, but I fell asleep before the safe 2-3 hour mark, and I woke up with a jolt. I felt awful. And today, I didn't make that same mistake. I mean, to be fair, I felt a lot better from the beginning today, which is a good start. But I didn't, even if I was feeling a little off that way, I'd say, no. If you eat something, you're going to wait at least 2, maybe even 3 hours before taking something that will make you lie down. And it worked. I mean, it worked. I'm learning things the process of elimination. I'm like, okay, having that Gravel. Well, Gravel wasn't so bad, but eating the heavier meal right after was what was bad. So I'm okay, so I'm not going to do that again unless there is absolutely no other choice. At the very last resort. Well, guys, it is Tuesday, September 9th, and I'm actually walking to Tim Hortons. I wasn't planning on doing it today. My aunt said she'd make the coffee, and she forgot. She's like, I guess you'll have to walk. I made a joke that she just wanted a donut. Right? Just the way she said it. Oops, I guess you're gonna have to walk. But it was a while since I walked, so I figure, I should get the ball rolling for it. Wasn't feeling quite the greatest today, but you know what? I have to learn to kind of deal with not feeling quite the greatest. So, as I said, I'm going to be careful now because I'll be crossing streets soon. Well, guys, I am back from Tim Hortons. Yeah, you didn't get a clip at Tim Hortons. again, I wasn't feeling very good, but I actually did stay for a little bit, and I made some progress. First, in Archie's Christmas stocking, I read about 33 pages of that. I'm on page 57, at least as far as I'm labeling them, maybe a little further, but some pages I wasn't counting as numbers. So I'm enjoying that so far. And I read about 23 pages, or listened to, but I might listen to them a little more later, On the Banks of Plum Creek. I'm on page 282. And again, I'm really enjoying that as well. I'm really, really close to finishing it off. Actually, honestly, again, guys, today was like a hit or miss day. Like, I'm going to end up skipping my snack today, too, with how I'm feeling. I had my first sandwich today, and I'm going to have another one, the last one, about 4 o'clock, and then hold off and do whatever I have to do, and about 7 or 8, I'll get ready for bed. I know I shouldn't be skipping that meal, but just the way I'm, like, hit today, and I want to do good tomorrow, because I'm going to the show, and I won't be able to get very much footage there, but I'll try to get a little bit before the show starts. But I want to do my best. I am gonna have a bowl of Lay's tomorrow. You know, something small to hold me over, but then my meal will be the popcorn and pop. So it'll be really late. It's 7:30, and it's the movie Weapons. You've probably seen it on the, either have already watched it or seen it, the trailers of it, but it just looked really interesting to me, and it was a while since we went to the show, so I'm doing everything in my power to enjoy tomorrow. And I'm starting to kind of learn to read my body a little bit, somewhat, but I think the reason I'm not feeling good now was the coffee I had at Tim Hortons, but I'm only going to make that a once-a-week thing now, so I'm going to try everything in my power to make otherwise. So today I decided I'm just going to take it easy. I am going to sweep a little bit later. I might just watch some YouTube a little bit now that I've done some reading at least. But again, I'm not counting it as losses. I'm counting it as a win that I'm thinking about my body and not forcing myself too much. Well, guys, it is Wednesday, September 10th, and there's a little change of plans today. I was feeling on and off and didn't quite feel ready, to do the movie yet. So my aunt and I are going to pick a movie, and watch it at home. Like, I'm still working on my eating habits, so I want to limit as much as I can, under eating, like to that degree. So, and then, going crazy like that. So I decided I'm just going to do what I usually do. But today I had some green beans. Like, it's already past 1 o'clock, I believe. Like, I had a bag of Sun Chips. I had a chicken burger and some green beans. And I might have a little extra today because I will have one. I might have the other chicken burger. I may not. But I am going to have some chips, whichever movie we pick. So I'm going to be a little bit easier and break everything up. Where if I just had the bowl of Lay's today and then went with that popcorn and pop, I would have definitely regretted it. But we still have Five Nights at Freddy's too. That I'm definitely going into the theaters to see. The Weapons was a hit or miss anyway, so it is what it is. Today I'm just taking it as it comes. As I said, I'm drinking more water today. I'm trying, because I may have been, like the other day, I may have been dehydrated. And I definitely was really at least dry this morning. So I'm trying to get more water in. I got 2 glasses in. I'm on my 3rd. Now, guys, I'm not going to overdo it. Like, I'm definitely not having 8, but having at least 3, maybe 4. With sips every other, rest of the day would be at least a good start. And maybe I can make a habit of drinking the water while watching YouTube or something like that. But I'm just trying to stack as many habits that are manageable that might help me feel better in the long run. I think once Five Nights at Freddy's 2 comes out next month, I'll have a bit more of an understanding of how my stomach and IBS and everything works with doing this change. So I'll learn what I can manage and what I can't. I'm definitely for Wednesday going to try to cut back, for the collab. But I don't want to make this a frequent habit, only on the important days like the collab. And even then, I'll slowly work, maybe have a snack or something, like a bowl of Lay's or something similar it's gluten-free and all that. As I said, not saying the movie, I was kind of looking forward to it, but not enough for it to be important enough to risk how good I'm doing. So I would say the collab is way more important to me than seeing that movie. So I would rather focus my energy on continuing to do well, to get back to and continuing to do well there. So, sorry if the last few days wasn't very much variety, but really, I only show if I think it's important or if I have ways that I want to update you. So, well, I'll show you later. I got something new from my aunt, and you'll see that maybe in another clip. Well, guys, it's 11 p.m., and it was quite a night. Before I tell you about the night, though, I forgot the thing that I was going to tell you that I was going to show you. It's a Pokemon, technically. It's a card holder. Has a few sleeves in there, but my aunt found that at, I think it was called Brighton's Place, or I don't know what they call it, but that was the Amazon store. She went there today. But boy, I'll say it without getting it too, real, about any other business, but I had a really rough moment tonight. My aunt was out, right? She came home and then she went out. She was going to get groceries and all that, apparently. And she said she's on her way. It was about 3 or something o'clock, and I was getting hungry. I was going to have a movie with my aunt and eat then, so I texted about 12 after 4. So when are you going to be home? It's went to read, so I waited a little bit. Right. Usually, though, when someone says read, you think you would at least say a certain thing, very quickly, even if it takes a minute or two, right? Then I said, you there? And then after, it seemed like every 30 to 40 minutes, I would feel like saying something or calling, and I was starting to get concerned, and there was no, response whatsoever. And even if it stayed on deliver, if I called, it would say read. And I'm she's seeing them, apparently, according to how the phones work. So why am I not even getting, a thumbs up or a reaction? I'm I did talk to ChatGPT about it a little bit before, completely going overboard, and it helped me a little bit, but the longer it went on and me not hearing from her and not knowing anything, I cried, right? Because I thought maybe somehow one of my texts, she looked and something happened. But the fact that it apparently showed it read, so I was so confused if it was just stuck on delivered that I thought maybe it could be a phone issue, right? But it's all right. My aunt is obviously home now, and it was a big misunderstanding. She left her phone in the car, she was going out for groceries. She saw her sister. She went in for coffee. Didn't bring her phone in with her, which confused me of how it showed that it was red. Both my aunt and I were confused about that, but she apologized to me. I told her, you don't ever do that again, right? Because even my aunt admitted that it was wrong. I could have had an emergency, right? And me not being able to get a hold of her. For that reason, at least for one reason, it was wrong. Or for that reason, it was wrong. But she was sorry that she got me so worked up, right? She said, you had the right to be mad and upset. She said, I completely got you worked up. Something could have happened to me or could have happened to you. And, things are all right. We ended up watching two movies, and actually we found the movie that we were originally going to see in theaters on one of our streaming things we had on the TV, so we ended up watching that, and we'll just say it was a flop. Maybe I'll do a little bit of a video later, not as big as I did on some of those other ones, but I just got to talk about that movie. We'll just say neither of us were the biggest fan of it, so I'm kind of glad we didn't see it in the theaters, like at this point around. But then we watched 28 years later. Actually, yeah, and that was a pretty good movie, except for the buffering our TV did. I swear, that was as much a part of the movie as the movie was. Like, it was almost became a game. What part is it going to buffer at now? And I swear, half the time, it was just when something was getting good. Like, the guy said, okay, look, I have to tell. He's like, what does this mean? I'm like, well, yeah, what does it mean? Like, okay, I obviously knew that was a buffer, like, you know, when it popped up, but I mean, I swear, just when we would hear something important. My aunt and I both had a good laugh about it. After a while, we decided just to sit through it. Whenever we finished the movie, we finished the movie, and we finished the movie about 10:30. When we started the whole thing, it was about 6 o'clock. So we were down there for about 4.5 hours, literally. But I enjoyed it, especially after the scare I had tonight. It was nice spending that time with her. I ate more than I should have, I'll admit it. My first day in about 4 or 5 days that I did overeat. But compared to how I usually eat, when I overeat, it was milder. Like, I would usually have, like, another sandwich, you know, 2 sandwiches or something, like an extra meal. But today I had the bar and I finished the bag I had of Lay's. That was it. That was extra. But still, more heavy towards bed than it should have. But tomorrow, again, I'm starting fresh. I'm not going to let the same mistake happen that I've always let happen of me slipping. It was a good night, a stressful night, but it was a good night of fun with my aunt, and that's what matters to me. So, but I wanted to show you that thing and to say what went on, and I wanted to say where my mind was, because I know to some people it might seem stupid. I mean, there's lots of explanation for things like that when someone doesn't pick up in that, and there was an explanation for it that wasn't doom and gloom, but really, when it's out of the ordinary for someone, you have to kind of sometimes be a little more concerned, like, what did something go wrong? But my gosh, I don't think I left my aunt's side before we started the movie for at least 10 minutes. But I'm all right now. She came home all right. It was all in my head. Like, I tell myself that, and that she won't be doing that again to me. She'll have her phone. Even at the chance that there's an emergency on my end or her end, that she has to get a hold of me or I have to get a hold of her. Well, guys, it is Thursday, September 11th. I walked to Tim Hortons and I had my iced coffee here. But maybe I should talk about the elephant in the room. It's been 24 years since 9/11. And obviously, Canadians weren't as affected by it as the US. We were more in sympathy with them. I could not imagine what it was like for all the victims and the families of the victims. I mean, it is so close to a quarter of a century since it's happened, but it was one of those rare times where a lot of the world got together in support. And imagine waking up one day, just going to your job, whether it was in that building itself or being firefighters and police officers, thinking it was going to be a normal day, and then all those lives were lost. And on the same boat. Picture just being anyone, waking up, excited you're going somewhere, you're ready for your flight, and you're on that very plane that it happens in. I believe in the plane there were no survivors either. So it's ironic. I know this is a terrible name, not a terrible name. No, not everyone hates him, right? It's just the show, pretty much. But apparently Seth MacFarlane was one of the ones that were meant to board that very plane. But somehow something with his alarm, but he woke up late, too late for it. And that's the only name that I could think of that had a story like that. Anyway, that's the only reason I bring his name up. So it's interesting, like, how many lives changed that day for the worse. And I'm not going to go too far into it, but I am still thinking of all those victims and their families, because I could not imagine losing a loved one like that on what a day that's considered such a normal day. I mean, at least in the area that it happened, it affected everyone. Like, it was brought up in the schools. Like, I know my boyfriend talked about it a lot because he was a young kid in school. And I mean, like, maybe second grade when it happened. So it was something he remembered greatly. I'm not going to get into his story, but I'm just saying that he told me that, and I just can't imagine. And when I say that, I really can't, because, as I said, our country was not on the receiving end of it, but it was all over the news. Obviously, I was too young to understand it back then. Me being only a little older, well, a little, 3 years is quite a jump as a kid, you know, but I was only a teeny bit older. I was a month away from being 10 when it happened. So, plus I was delayed, so I was probably about his level mentally when it happened. So I heard there was things going on, but I had my own worries and woes. Oh, like, what game am I going to play, or what am I going to do? Like, the homework and all that. For me, it was just, you know, a normal day, just with extra noise, in a way. But as an adult now, with the comprehension that I have now, I couldn't imagine how it was, you know, a normal day. Like, but anyway, my thoughts again are with those families and friends of the victims. Like, on top of that, my day, as I said, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. If anything new happens, you will see it, but I just wanted to spend this clip to kind of give my thoughts on everything. Well, guys, it is now about 8:46, and I'm getting ready for bed. I actually got Life Without a Filter 19 in the process of rendering, so I'm going to upload that sometime tonight so you guys can watch it through tomorrow. I'm slowly trying to catch up with what I'm doing with that, and it's very slowly, by the way. So far today wasn't too bad. I did the garbage and the sweeping, and I did edit that video. Besides that, though, I can't think of much else I did, but listen to the MX64's chapter of Link Between World 49. So I'm one away from catching up to that. So I had a pretty good day, and I'm just learning to take it day by day and learn what I can do and what I can't do. Well, guys, it is Friday, September 12th, and I am actually finally getting the footage for week 20 of Life Without a Filter. So I'm slowly but surely working on catching up with these vlogs a little bit. Hopefully, I actually also listened to the last chapter that my boyfriend had out of Pokemon Links Between Worlds. It was good. I mean, I wasn't feeling the greatest, but I still enjoyed it regardless. Well, guys, it's about 20 after 6, and this is the first time you've seen my face today. I apologize for that and for not showing you very much, but to be fair, activity-wise, I didn't do very much, especially the last few days. And again, I apologize for that too. It's just I've been focusing so much on, how things were doing with my eating and keeping, things sorted. So today I did start editing LifewithoutAFilter 20. Yes, finally, yay! I got up to Tuesday, and tomorrow maybe I'll edit a little bit more, but I am going to try to maybe get back into doing more like the reading and the playing the games. But I'm just learning to read my body and what I'm up to. I did manage to do the sweeping today, and I put away the dishes. So chore-wise, I did amazing. Better than I did in a while. But, productive, but entertainment activity-wise, not so much. Like extracurricular maybe is the best way to put it. I've watched a lot of YouTube, but right now I'm focusing on what keeps me in an okay mindset while breaking up my meals and only having what I chose to have. Like, I don't know, and I mean, I've said that weeks ago before I started this, right? That it's hard enough for me, right? Even sticking and committing, but this so far is the longest consistent I've been for a while. And this is the best, this last better than a week has been the best I felt in a long time too. So I think as I'm working with this, I will slowly maybe hopefully get some energy back to do the other things that I love. But right now I'm focusing on what keeps me sane during this time. I mean, I've been staying awake. I've been definitely not overeating. If anything, okay, I can't even say I'm not undereating. My aunt keeps an eye on everything that I do. And if I was going too far, she would put her foot down and tell me. Right now, with the weight I have, I'm doing actually really good. I'm breaking up, instead of having, for example, 2 burgers, right? For a meal, I'd be having 1 burger for 1 meal, and just maybe that burger, and then breaking up and having the other burger about 3 hours later. But I would have a snack before the first burger. So I would have 3 meals just broken up. And that way it kind of feels like I'm having more, even though I'm having the same amount. I'm just trying to figure, so far that's been working for me. Today I had 2 bologna sandwiches, but one I just had margarine and spinach on. But I had a pizza Lunchable for a snack. So I'm a little hungry, and I actually am hungry, but I'm saying nope. I said I had what I've been normally having. Eventually, I won't even feel that hunger from eating the way I'm eating, and I'll feel a lot better for it. The worst day I had was 2 days ago. And even then, that was I said, okay, I had a bad day. I was going to eat something while watching the movies anyway. But I went right back yesterday. I didn't overeat. So I'm trying my best to go right back to the plan after I have that treat day. So I am proud of myself for that. And I'm also proud of myself that I'm finally caught up on the N64's Links Between Worlds chapters. So maybe eventually, again, I'll be able to learn to balance my energy with other activities and learn to read my body saying, okay, I feel like doing this now, then I'll do it at this time. Well, guys, it is Saturday, September 13th, and I'm just doing different things. I read, and I am going to continue to read a little bit of The Barking Ghost. I read a few pages of that. I'm trying to slowly get back into doing things like reading. Even if I'm like, okay, 5 pages and then 5 other pages, just to get myself back into the scheme of things. I'm editing also a bit of Life Without a Filter 20. I am trying to catch up with them a little bit, even if they might seem to come out frequently. I'm just trying to catch up to where I was. I'm on Wednesday now. I'm getting near the end of Wednesday on that, so I'm slowly making progress here. Something I never really said yesterday because it was after I kind of ended the day. I ordered the Peanuts 1959 to 1962 box set, and maybe you'll see a picture or something. And I ordered the Garfield Fun Pack number 3. It has 3, comics. It has, for me, 7, 8, and 9. So the titles, maybe you'll see, I don't know later, but it's 3 that I don't have to fill in the gap. And they're going to be for both my birthday and Christmas. I'm going to get one of the Peanuts for Christmas or my birthday, and maybe 1 or 2 of the Garfield for my birthday, and the others are going towards Christmas. I mean, I did buy the Garfield ones myself, but I said maybe it'll help that I put it towards, Christmas and all that to fill it up a little bit. So, but yeah, the Garfield has already shipped. The Peanuts I'm waiting on a little bit. And it said for the Peanuts, it gets there anytime between October 6th and 22nd. So I'll either get it before my birthday or after. But anytime after the 6th, it could show up. So, or anytime from the 6th and on, it could show up. So I'm glad I ordered them now. For one, that way there's a small chance I'll get them for my birthday. And 2, I really thought I wasn't going to be able to get them because it was hard to find them for the price that I found them at, which was $71 for the 2 of them. There was like $100 and on for prices of them for different, different versions of, like other hardcover, or I don't care what type I get. Right, I just want to be able to read them. For me, I don't care if they're all like in the same look or I just want to be able to read them. So far today, I'm kind of multitasking. I'm drinking a salted caramel Monster Energy. So far, actually, guys, like a little before I end this clip, a little bit of an update so far. I've been doing pretty good with my eating. I had that, as I said, I had that one day, Wednesday. But so far since then, I've been sticking to my plan, which for me is a big change. And is there a difference with my IBS? Yeah, in a way. I still do get moments, right? But I don't expect it to be, But compared to so far what I've been going through, it's like a big difference, like almost night and day. Now, we gotta wait until Wednesday, like week 22, just to see how much of a difference it makes. But right now, when there's not a lot going on, like that I have to that's on my mind, anxiety-wise, pressure-wise, I'm doing really well. Knock on wood. Well, guys, I am now editing Pokemon card opening 11, so you're gonna get one sneak peek of a card I'm gonna show you, and you're gonna get a little bit later, but I figured I would edit a little bit. I finished Life Without a Filter 20 and have it out for you guys. Well, guys, it is Sunday, September 14th, the last day of week 21's vlog. But the good news is I lost a pound. I'm 137 now. Honestly, thought I'd lose a little more, but you know what? It's still a win. I still lost. I'm walking to Tim Hortons to get myself a coffee and 2 donuts for my aunt. She's buying today because she forgot to make the coffee. I mean, she kind of wanted donuts too, but she did forget to make the coffee. So I'm going to have a nice walk. Not sitting in today, but at least I'm getting the walk in. That's, for me, what's important, because I hadn't walked in a long time. And oh my gosh, is there... Oh my gosh, there's nothing on blocking the trails. It's a miracle. Well, maybe tomorrow I won't be able to walk them. I'm already, well, no, maybe Tuesday, because I'm going to Timmy's again tomorrow. Well, guys, I am back from Tim Hortons. I got my iced coffee. And you've probably seen I had a little bit of a clip. There were some things there on the display I wanted to show you guys. But I had an interesting walk, and obviously I didn't show it because I don't know if that would be considered personal. But when I walked down the path, I saw used a cob of corn. Like it was done, finished. But I'm like, really? But I didn't want to show someone else's garbage. But I just honestly found that fascinating in a way. I'm like, people leaving that type of thing there. Maybe they were feeding it to their dog and it left it there. I couldn't think of why someone would just leave a cob of corn there. But I don't know the story. It is what it is. So today I might just go on and off about what I'm doing. I might read a little bit. I might play games. Just depend on, I'm learning to read the mood a little bit. Right now, I just want to watch some YouTube while drinking some of the coffee. So that's what I'm going to do. But I am pleased with myself for losing that pound, even though, like, guys, don't get the wrong idea. I'm doing this more for my health than for the weight. But it was more that all week I only had like one day. And even then, it wasn't really the worst day I've had overeating. Right, and maybe now the trail's open, I'll walk more and then I'll see more of the results, maybe. That could be it. But I walked, like, at least 2 days, too, on top of me cutting back, so. But then again, I had a loss. That's what matters. It is doing something. So I gotta keep myself in that mindset. It is doing something small, but... slow but steady wins the race. That's the way I gotta think about it. But it could also show that I'm not going too far. If all I lost was a pound. So, it's I have to think of it in positive ways. That I'm doing maybe just the right amount to lose weight steadily. Well, guys, I am battling the Stony Cliff Titan on my shiny run. This is round 1 of it, so I gotta remember not to sterilize at this point. Well, guys, I'm actually going to take on Gracias now. I actually chose the... What is it, I have Spidops now, shiny Spidops. Man, I gotta say, I love this music. Well, guys, it is after 6 o'clock, and I thought I would give you an ending to this week's vlog. It's been quite a week. I have successfully did the not overeating thing. I had like 1 day, but that was a planned date somewhat, and I went right back to what I was supposed to do. I watched some movies with my aunt, which I really enjoyed. I got in some walking. I actually don't know if I told you this, but I am starting to edit Life Without a Filter 21, this very one. And so it might actually come out at a reasonable time this time. You know, heavens forbid. But I've actually been learning a lot about myself in the last over a week. Like, I'm learning to, like, what works for me, what doesn't. Like, I know I've been having an easier time sleeping. I've been getting up earlier. My IBS has been a lot less severe since doing this. And if I can keep doing this, then hopefully things should just get better for me the more I continue doing this. Like, my aunt has noticed a big change in my behavior since starting to cut back my eating, like breaking my, like, you know, splitting apart my meals. I've been also getting up, and that has been helping my mood. I've been a lot more agreeable. So she said she was really proud of me, and I'm proud of me too, and I hope I can continue this. But honestly, this Wednesday coming is the test for me. Like, I've been working, and I will continue to work, you know, towards being able to do that and not worry about my stomach in that way. Like, learning to be able to control my moods better. Like, I've been really doing it for this collab, for I can continue to do it. And even once the collab's done, like, I want to be able to keep saying yes to things and enjoying things like that. So, yeah, I know it's a little early to end the vlog, and if anything new happens, maybe I'll get little clips and include it in next week's vlog. But right now, I figured it's as good a time as any to end it, because I only really plan to watch YouTube, not do anything else. I mean, I tried shiny hunting a bit for about an hour. No results of that, but I'm getting there. The more when I knock out, the closer I get to my 8th shiny. So hopefully sometime next week that'll happen. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel and like what you see, please subscribe. It helps this channel a lot. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so you know when new videos are coming out. And I'll see you guys in my next video.